Confucius once said, "Eating is important." At least he probably did. I don't know. I don't know the guy. Whatever the case, that advice is definitely true for the Monster Hunter game series. Today, let's talk about how eating works in the new Monster Hunter Wilds. Or at least how it works in the playtest. Who knows, maybe they changed the whole thing. For those of you who are new to the series, or perhaps avoided the cafeteria because of the lunchtime bullies, eating is a core mechanic of the Monster Hunter series.
Crispy bacon.
For whatever reason, these unhinged psychos like to plow down a 7-course meal and immediately follow it up with extreme physical activity. But, in their defense, plowing down 2 gallons of beef stew or 6 liters of jello gives you extra health, stamina, and stat buffs.
So tasty!
As well as multiple specialized skills ranging from stronger bombs to extra lives. As a result, eating is an important part of each quest. However, Capcom has had to make some adjustments to make eating make more sense in an open world game. Before I go over said changes, let's do a quick overview of how the current eating system works. If you already know how it works, then you can skip to a bookmark that I probably made somewhere else in the video. Go find it. Haha. Currently, you can either eat before you go on a quest or in a quest in camp. But let's not lie to ourselves. You want to eat before a quest so that the Grandma Babushka cat can cook for you. Food buffs last the entire hunt, unless you die, in which case you lose all your food buffs. If you happen to get the food buff Feline Foodie, then you don't lose your food buffs when you die, making it the greatest skill to ever exist. If you die a lot, whether you die or not, you can't eat again in a hunt until 10 minutes pass since the quest started or whenever you last ate, whichever was later. Meals are composed of ingredients which are basically stocked in the canteen and never run out. However, ingredients do need to be unlocked through a variety of different methods, ranging from collecting cactuses to doing bitch work for people in camp.
I need you to kill a dragon.
What?
I said I need you to kill a dragon!
Once you unlock an ingredient, it can be used in meals to give you different types of buffs and skills that will vary based on which ingredients you combine together. Now, this formula has worked pretty well for single quest hunts where you return back to camp between every quest. However, now in Wilds, we're basically on just one really long expedition. So obviously the Monster Hunter developers have had to change the formula a bit to accommodate for that. One of the biggest changes is that all meals have a clear duration before their buffs run out, which can be seen under effect duration when you make a meal. Okay, really quickly, one quick addition. This is not technically the first time they've ever done this. I'm like 90% sure that this is how the Guiding Lands works currently. The problem is, I don't fully remember. I asked one of my friends, he also doesn't fully remember, and I don't really want to stand around in the Guiding Lands for like 30 minutes just to see if it happens. So you guys are just gonna have to take my word for it. Meals by default last 30 minutes, but can be extended based on what you add in. If you ever need to know how long your current food buff will last, you can use left bumper, the one that lets you scroll through items, which will also display the current meal duration next to your health. Unlike previous games, these meal buffs will last through pretty much everything. Meal buffs now persist through dying, ending a quest, the heat death of the universe, and even crazier, logging out and logging back in. That's right. At least in the beta, you can literally leave and come back, and still have what's remaining of your food buff. In fact, the only way a food buff will disappear is to either wait until the effect runs out, or eat another meal, which can now be done instantly, without a 10-minute cooldown. If you want to eat 15 meals back to back, don't know why you would, you now can. However, you might not want to do that, because now meals use literal items as ingredients. Yes, what used to be an infinite stock of food stored in the guild kitchen is now a home-cooked meal sourced with ingredients from your own personal chest. Meals are now made of 3 components: a ration, an additional ingredient, and a finishing touch. The ration controls the health and stamina you get, and the different types of base rations buff different stats. The additional ingredients extend the food buff timer from 30 minutes to 50 minutes, and bestow you with the food skill.
Alakazam!
The final touch gives you a couple extra stats as well as another ability. You can cook a meal with just a ration, but you obviously won't get any of the skills from the later ingredients. And you don't get to see your hunter cook the entire meal and individually add every ingredient. In addition, now that you own your own ingredients, instead of storing them back at the canteen, you can now cook a meal anywhere. If you pull out your grill, which used to be just for cooking meat, you can now find the cooking menu, exactly the same as you would find back in camp. The ingredients still seem to pull directly from your chest, so it's anyone's guess if they'll stay that way or if they'll make you store food in your secret. But you can now apply food buffs in the middle of an expedition. And if you were worried that you can no longer cook meat, don't worry, the meat is still in, baby, and it's better than ever. Raw meat is still grillable, and because this is Monster Hunter, there's still a meat grilling game. But now, instead of the game forcing you to risk getting a shittily cooked piece of meat if you aren't frame perfect on the cooking game, even if you're absolutely dog water at the game, you still get at least a few good pieces of well done steak. If you do the grilling game and the cutting game perfectly timed, you can get up to 12 pieces of well done steak. All that just for cooking one raw meat. Now the one thing I don't know is how they're going to handle the canteen. When walking around the camp in the beta, you can see that the canteen is there, you just can't do anything since they're still, quote, setting it up. But what we don't know yet is will it work like the old food system, or will it just be another way to access the current cooking menu? No idea, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Hopefully this guide helps you. Let me know if I missed anything, as I will be revising this guide when the actual game comes out. Thank you guys for watching. I will hopefully be doing a hunting horn tutorial sometime after this. I gotta go watch all the speedruns and do all those things. If you liked watching, then like it if you like it, and subscribe it if you subscribe it. You know how it is. Okay, see ya.